Greetings, fair earthlings. I am Smelly B, and I'd like to welcome you either to or back to my channel where the topic of conversation is all fragrance, all the goddamn time. Leading with housekeeping, as I always do. If this is your first video, let me make clear I'm not an expert. Not intending to posture myself as, one who's better or knows better, or there's never a time I'm gonna show y'all my whole collection. None of that. No diss to anyone who does, but my intention really is for the community. I want to meet people who are obsessed like me, who are junkies like me, and have no problem talking about fragrance all day long. That's what I'm in it for, okay? So don't expect expertise over here. Not an expert, not claiming to be, not training to be, all right? Housekeeping done. Today I want to talk about a couple gems I found in my comings and goings recently. To give a bit of background, back in the 90s or so, when I first started really becoming interested in fragrances and, spending my own little money on stuff, Gap used to make fragrances, and there was one called, I want to say it was called Dream. I think it was one called Blue or something like that. There were a couple of little ones, and then later on came one called Dream More, which was like a body splash that I used to wear all the time. And they were, definitely Gap fragrances. It's not like they were, upper echelon at all. They were good enough stuff, and I liked them. And recently, sort of on a ride in nostalgia, because I purchased Hot, which is one I used to wear by Benetton. I'm trying to think of what other designer fragrances I used to wear back then, like they came from the retailers that made clothing. I can't think of any other good ones off the top of my head right now, but riding that wave of nostalgia, I was like, let me look up Gap and see if they still have any of those little ones I used to wear. Doesn't seem they do. I was out shopping a little bit ago and decided to stop in Gap and see. I asked, do y'all have any fragrances? They didn't have a whole section like they used to, but it was just like, oh, we have a few up there by the register. So I said, let me go on up here and see what they are, see if I see any of the ones I knew. All of the ones I knew are gone, long gone. But, excuse me, what I did learn is, from asking questions, they actually did stop selling fragrances at their retailers for over a decade or so, and only recently, I'm talking so recently as the end of 2021, and I even checked the batch codes on the fragrances I purchased. They were manufactured October 21 or something like that. So somewhere after that, these fragrances made it to shelves. And I've not seen anybody talking about them. Heard them, it's always Zara of Banana Republic, which I love their fragrance offerings. But I'm just like, what's Gap doing these days? And what I smell, I gotta say, they might be on to something. I don't know how long they're gonna be doing fragrances. Again, from asking questions, what I learned from the sales associate is that they only have small batches and only in certain Gaps. They're not in all Gap stores don't have fragrances. They only recently put fragrances back on the shelves, and it's sort of like I don't know if it's a trial thing, so it's seeing if people buy it or what. I don't know the rationale. And she couldn't offer me much more than that. But they had like 4 or 5, I want to say it may have been 5 fragrances to offer that you can buy in a discovery kit where you get roller balls about that size. This is a different fragrance, but I'm just trying to show you a comparison. Maybe a tad bit shorter than this. Roller balls of the fragrances they do have available. And then bottles in the size that I purchased, and I'm going to show you today, the ones that I liked, is 75 mLs, 2.5 fluid ounces. This is the box that they come in. This one is can't see none of that. Hold on, let's see. This one is Cardamom Musk. It just comes in a regular cardboard box with a Gap branding across the top. Earthy and musky. It's an EDT. And this is what the bottle looks like. Cardamom Musk. Glass bottle. Sturdy enough. It's a snap-on cap. Pretty sturdy. You can hold it by the cap and it's nice and sturdy. Atomizer. Let me make sure I sprayed on the same hand I sprayed it on before. The atomizer. Nice enough, right? And the fragrance is good to me. It's definitely Gap, you know what I mean? So don't be looking for niche quality by any means, but it's good enough, I say. Pardon me. It's a little more alcohol than I'd like in the top, but the dry down's pretty nice and wearable. Again, this one is Cardamom Musk, and I like it, and that's why I'm sharing it. I don't know that I would wear this time of year, but come when it starts to cool off a bit, I'm gonna wear this quite a bit. It reminds me a bit of Whispers in the Library. I sound like a DC girl for real. In the library. No, Whispers in the Library by Maison Margiela out of that replica line. This is reminiscent of that to me in a lot of ways. It does have sort of that book leather thing going on. Very woodsy, sort of spicy, peppery, woodsy to me. You get the cardamom. It's not super sweet. There is some sweetness in there, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is. It doesn't smell ambery to me. It's like something else. It might be vanilla. Almost got like a piney aspect to it, like pine needles, or I don't know, what do you call it, like cypress, something like a needly plant of some sort that's got some sharpness to it. I like this. It's crisp, it's warm, it's woody, musky, you know, cardamom musk. It does have that musk undertone to it. I like this. Very unisex. Man or woman can wear it. Coming to cool weather, I'm gonna get a lot of wears out of this, and it's a nice little bang for your buck. Look at my hand. Like you can see it's an EDT, but it's still got a bit of grease to it. It reminds me not only of Maison Margiela's Whispers in the Library, but also a fragrance out of Clean Beauty called Suede Oud. That was one of my favorite things for a long, long time, and I don't think they sell it in large bottles anymore. They only sell it in this size. Well, at least the last I checked. I should check again and see. But this is what used to be my spray bottle of Suede Oud. One of my favorite things, and I was able to sniff them side by side. Like, yeah, I knew when I smelled it, it made me think of something. And this is the something it is. So I'm really happy to have found this. Cardamom Musk. And the second one I picked up, I'm going to start wearing this one right away. I haven't worn it yet. Oh, I like this. It's called Jasmine Wood. Same style bottle. Click on, you see how I'm able to hold it by the cap and everything stays on just fine. Jasmine Wood. Same size and all. This one is nice. This one's real nice to me. Hold on, let me let that alcohol pass, because it is a little alcohol-y at first glance. I really like this. So this one is, it smells citrusy to me in the beginning. Like lemony citrusy, like a little hint of lemon. But also you get the jasmine and then like a creamy wood of some sort. Like, I don't know if it's cedar wood. It doesn't come across like sandalwood to me. But it's got it's sweet. It's got like a sweetness in the background there. Like an ambery vanillic kind of sweetness. It's creamy, and it's just, this one's good. Jasmine wood, if you have a Gap near you, check and see. If you maybe see if they got the little roller ball, so you don't have to have a full bottle, or test it in store. One I went to 2 different Gaps, one of which had testers, the other did not. But this one I really, really like, and because of that, the lemony sort of citrusy opening, I think I'll start wearing this even while it is the warmer months, maybe in the evenings once it's sort of dusk and the sun's low. Because this is fantastic to me. I really, really like this, and I've not seen a soul talking about it. I don't see anything on Fragrantica, on even Gap site itself. There aren't even fragrances. I called the store to ask them about them. Like, can you tell me something about, when did y'all get these back? That's how I learned that they That's how I confirmed rather that they just started getting these in late 2021, and that they aren't everywhere. Not on the website. I Google every which way and don't see just nothing about what the notes are. Who is the perfumer for Gap at this time? Will they continue selling these? Where the hell they came from? Nothing. So I wish I had more information to offer you all, but I don't. I like this one though. Jasmine Wood. The dry downs are really, really pretty on this. Really pretty and creamy. Really nice. The Cardamom Musk might not be everybody's cup of tea. That one is probably a little more, sort of palette based, but I like the peppery, sort of leathery, spicy cardamom thing it has going on. I can appreciate that. But try them. These aren't the only two though. There's one I think called Lily Moss or something of the sort. Something with cedars in the name. Forgive, it's out of sight, out of mind, because I'm not super familiar. I'm just now coming across these within the past, week or so. I wish I could remember, but they come in a discovery set, so check them out. I think these are lovely. They don't necessarily fit this time of year, but the set I think is going to be beautiful. Really, really nice wear. Cheap, easy grab stuff that's not going to hurt nobody's pockets going into fall and winter. Like when it starts to cool off, I'm going to get a lot of wear out of these. Very nice. So I just thought I'd put y'all on because I hadn't heard a soul talking about them, and I think they're worth checking out. Okay, I think that's it. That's all for me. Till next time, be well. Holler at me in the comment section if you choose to. Again, I'm in it for the community, so whether or not you have something about the fragrance, if you just want to say hey, say hey. All right, I'm always here for it. I'm tired. Forgive me, my energy's a little low. My brain is a little scattered. But I wanted to get these in front of you all so you can catch them because I don't know how limited this release is, okay? All right, y'all. Be well. Deuces.